Hi, in this video I'm going to go over how to run a patient specimen on the iStat for ionized calcium using the Chem 8 cartridge. You're going to need some form of heparinized whole blood, whether that's lithium or sodium. You're going to need a cartridge and pipette. First thing you're going to do when you come here is you're going to hit the power button to turn the screen on. It's going to load for just a second. Then you get the main menu options for tests. You can see there's the last result, iStat, cartridge, inactive carts. We're going to be looking at doing a new specimen, so we're going to hit number 2. It's going to ask you for your operator ID. You might be able to scan your badge or enter it manually. Once you've done that, hit enter. I believe if you scan your badge, it just does it on its own. Next, it's going to want the patient ID. You can once again hit the scan button on the iStat to scan it if it'll work. For some odd reason, it's having a hard time with our barcodes, so you might just have to enter it manually, which I'm going to do here. And this is a test label, so there's no need to worry about HIPAA violations. Next, it's going to ask you to scan your cartridge barcode. And then from that point, you're actually able to load the cartridge. We're going to have to open it up first, and we're going to have to load it with some specimen. There's a little hole here where you put the sample, little sample well, and you're going to fill it up to the beginning of that blue area. There's actually a small arrow if you can see it. You don't want to overfill it or underfill it because it will give you an error. After dispensing your sample into the little sample well, sometimes it leaves a bulge, and you're going to want to pull a little bit of that out so that when you close the lid, it doesn't force the specimen past the fill line. Once you're done filling it and closing the lid, you just pop it in. It'll click forward when it's completely seated. Now, you don't usually want to move it once you've started the test, but I'm just doing it for the video because I need you to be able to see the screen. It takes a second to identify the cartridge. Although this is a Chem 8, it will only present to you the ionized calcium result because that is how it is set up. After a few seconds, it'll identify the cartridge, and then it will start the test. It has an internal calibration that it performs, and then it will analyze the specimen. It takes about 3 minutes. Not the fastest, but probably not the slowest thing out there. And then once it's done, it will display your ionized calcium result. From here, if you had multiple patients to run, you could click the next button and go to the test options, and that would actually allow you to choose a next patient, so you could just run one after another. And that is really all there is to it. It's a pretty easy system to use. You can toggle back through the menu options if you needed to, or check last result. Thank you for watching.